What is up, guys? King of Underworld back at you with another part of What If Deku Was Hisoka Part 7. Now, I'm sorry for those who are watching and have to hear the terrible quality right now. Again, my mic's broken, have to get a new one. I've got like 7 laying right next to me. I tried to go through all of them. My best pair, which I was recording for like the last few weeks with, is unfortunately the mic now broken on that. I don't know how. It just stopped working one day, and that's just a shame. But I hope you can deal with that and just enjoy the music in the background, because that's just something I'm experimenting with. Let me know. I try and match the series with the music. Obviously, this is like a lo-fi opening of Hunter x Hunter. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get right into it. So, well, where we last left off. Well, Deku had I should say, Hisoka, had taken, an offer up from, a rather brazen hero, the young yet bold Mirko. She will challenge him to a fight, and if she won, well, he would do something in exchange. In exchange. If he won, he was allowed to join her agency, but also get one demand of her, as it only seems right. So, Hisoka fought. He managed to land a punch on her, which was the winning condition. And so, he ended up going to Mirko's agency. They end up doing a lot of work. And even Hisoka takes her up on her offer and says to go to dinner. After that dinner, they had a bit of an encounter with a few thugs, as they didn't recognize the young and up-and-coming hero, as in this timeline she's only 23. So she has been doing some solid hero work over the past 5 years since her graduation. However, her known brand isn't as big. As well as she was wearing an outfit that was very unfamiliar to her image, being that of a nice Chinese dress. People kept on hitting on her, and Hisoka showed them how the clowns truly behave. And let's get right into this. So, I'll say that there's a bit of a backlog of work that's piling up, so they had to go on more outings, which neither of them mind, as Mirko, in her words, says, "Well, it's fun because I get to kick ass and call it a job." As Deku I'd say Hisoka agreed. Says, "It is nice to fight against people and show them what they're truly worth in the ring." As both their styles mixed together, as while she had a fiery personality and a bit of a temper, it didn't really exactly reflect on Hisoka's hedonistic desires, being able to fight and match himself with the opponents in his form of pleasure. However, the two were very hand in hand, and this led to them obviously fighting together and developing, and even Mirko having a sense of admiration for him. More of a sense of respect. However, that turned to admiration after seeing how he can take such a simple quirk and use it in such a diverse array of ways she never even thought would be possible for someone with that kind of power. And seeing as it didn't gain him any physical strength, yet he was able to keep up with her. Able to go toe to toe and blow for blow. As this garnered Hisoka some respect. As it's last day of their internships. So the two had a lot more patrols as usual. So they were out in the field more often, leading to more fights. As Mirko just cracks her knuckles and says, "That's the 9th one today. Whew, it's good for a warm-up." As Hisoka was just saying, yes, it's, well, like you said, a warm-up. However, I want something that can truly make me sweat. Oh, since you seem to be in so much energy, how about you fight me? Says, I'll be happy to fight you after we do all the work. However, we still got a job to do. Yeah, let's kick these son of bitches in the ass. Let's show them the reason why we became heroes. And it's like, I agree. As I see a small store being robbed by a gang of villains, as the two launch towards him. As well, news coverage was going around about an unlikely tag team, the winner of the the UA Sports Festival, and the up-and-coming hero Mirko, were working together and, well, solving more crime cases, well, in a day than anybody else around. As this was kind of flashy and it was not unnoticed by those in the shadows, as a few of them even recognized him. So it's him, the mad magician. We'll get our revenge. As this time, they had one last villain attack before they called it quits for the day. As they finally got him, well, Mirko was done pummeling him into oblivion, as, well, Hisoka had them all wrapped up and tied up in his little web of bungee gum. So these guys are like flies in my web. And says, well, you should have showed him, didn't you, kiddo? I did, Remy. Says, Minako. Says, don't slip it when we're out in public. My bad. As, well, they head back to the agency and they fill out the paperwork as, well, Mirko was basically slouched over her desk, grunting. It's like, I hate paperwork. Says, don't worry, I'll take care of yours. Wait, really? She was munching on a carrot while saying that, and looking over his shoulder. Why do you do that so fast? Well, on top of being, well, strong myself, I don't like to lose in any aspect, whether that be intelligence or fighting combat. Says, oh? So, I learned to do my studies very fast and efficiently. Therefore, filling out something like this is just a cakewalk. As he points out a few things that are very easy to, that look hard, however, if you use a few tricks, they become a lot easier. As, well, Mirko's actually impressed as, well, even after 5 years of doing this, she still never got used to the paperwork. However, within a matter of 5 days, he was an expert. As, well, one of the people in the agency is like, hey boss. Yeah, what's up? Mirko replied. Said, did you hear about that new hero in Hosu? Well, that villain in Hosu? As Deku says, you're talking about the stain, aren't you? Yeah, how'd you know? Well, if it was on the news, I'm bound to hear it. However, I knew it was around before that. Wait, seriously? Did a person you know get attacked by him? No, I just took great interest. It seems that somebody that was formidable enough to kill 3 heroes was wandering around not being caught. That certainly piqued my interest. As Mirko says, don't get too obsessed with him. After all, he's all the way in Hosu. I'd like to kick that guy's ass myself, however, after today we don't have much energy left. Says, yes, I suppose. Well, I'm sure the people up in Hosu are competent enough to... Well, I heard people like Jenny were up there, so they should be able to take care of him. Says, let's hope. As they pack up for the day, as he says, bye, Ruby. He says, bye-bye. See you tomorrow. As he says, no, today is the last, today's the last day. It's like, wait, really? Ah, come on. And it was coming so fun as well. Said, I know, but next time I'll be seeing you, I'll be, well, working under you full time, maybe. Or, I think when we get our professional license exam, I'll be doing my internship with you. Well, work studies, I should say. That's right. You guys, you're a first year, aren't you? Yep. I don't look it, but I am. You're a lot taller than most of them. Heh, I guess I am, but I'll see everybody next time. And who knows? We might see each other sooner than that. Heh, count on it. I'm still waiting for that rematch. Says, it'll be coming soon. I don't plan on losing for much longer. As he walks out the building and then heads off to the train station. However, it wasn't to go back home. No, this time it was going the opposite direction. It's going home soon. As he was just thinking, and said out loud, "You're a killer Stain. I shall crush the one who's able to defeat the heroes. Oh, how fun it will be." As, well, he gets around and, well, after doing some investigation, he figures out he usually targets small-time heroes, ones that don't really show up in the media as much. However, gain some notoriety for, well, notoriety for small events, and lets it go to their heads, as he says the MO is quite similar. Heroes with a motive. So he started going around as he saw the hero in Jenny as he was rushing around, and it was like, well, sorry, I should say he saw the hero native, and Jenny was injured before the sports festival. And I'll just say that I mucked up earlier when I said talking about Ingenium. I meant they said that they should have been alright because of Ingenium. So, he saw the hero native as he was, well, prowling around the rooftops, watching him from dark corners and dark alleys. As it seemed to be the perfect kind of bait. As he was running around, as he walked into a dark alley, as he crawled around and saw something in the rooftop. As he jumped down and stabbed native through the shoulder. And was about to stab him again, however, native was pulled out the way. Says, I found you finally. Another fake hero. Come to help your comrade? It says, fake hero, I'm not even a hero myself. So you're a villain. I'm not that either. And who are you? You don't need to know my name just yet. However, you can call me Hisoka, a mad magician. As he throws Stain a card, which he slashes down and says, "You're not you're not one for talking, are you? I don't have time. I want to kill that fake hero. I want to rid this world of people who would only do their justice for money and fame. I understand how you feel. But do you think I feel the same? Then step aside. However, there's one difference. While I could not give a damn about this one, he actually kicks native against the wall, sticking him to the side. However, where he kicked was actually where he got stabbed, blocking the bleeding using bungee gum. However, Stain didn't notice this at the time. It says, "Ha. So, What do you want exactly? Trying to strike a deal or something, kid? Says, no, I'm here to take you down. And says, oh, you're a bit overconfident, are you? Says, I'm not overconfident. I know exactly that I can take you down. And I know I'll have fun doing it. As he says, well, you like getting rid of the fake heroes. I could not care. The only thing that I hate about them, and the reason why I wish for them not to exist, is because they are weak. And I do not like the weak. I like the thrill of a fighting challenge. A challenge that you put your heart and soul into. Where you put the life on your line, and you fight until one of the opponents is dead. So, you're a killer, Stain. Fight me. As he starts, well, Stain starts putting blades up as Deku, Hisoka, fans some cards in both of his hands. Says, I'll let you make the first move. As Stain starts jumping from wall to wall, using his extreme athletic abilities. As Deku was actually Hisoka was kind of impressed. He's like Mirko when we're put to a tight space. He uses the environment to his advantage, bouncing from wall to wall, making his movements unpredictable. It was it was fast, however. It was not as fast as her. As he threw the cards right into Stain's direction, as he barely managed to deflect the card using one of his knives on his belt. It's like, huh, not bad. You managed to discern where I was based on my trajectory. Well, here's the thing about training with real heroes. They often have more experience, and I learned from the hot-headed bunch of them all. As he says, she was able to bounce a lot faster than you were. So, I was able to easily counter your slow movements. Hisoka rushes forward, cards in hand as he threw two of them towards Stain to stop him from reacting, as he had to deflect the cards. As he managed to deflect one of them, however, the other was too close. As he dodged out the way, however, it still cut his cheek. It says, they're sharp. It says, that's right. These cards are made of titanium alloy. So, they're not going to bend that easily and have quite the sharp edge. So, let's see what kind of hand you show me. As he palms the cards away as they're now gone. As he starts going to a hand-to-hand combat. Stain was kind of impressed, as in order to combat the blades, he would use a mixture of bungee gum and his cards, creating a blade of their own. However, it's super thin and light, so it had an advantage, being that it was a lot harder to react, as it would travel a lot faster than a regular blade would. As it got to the point where it cut Stain across the arm, and even cut some of his hair. It says, not bad. As Deku says, not bad yourself. However, I expected more. As Stain said, oh yeah. As he unleashed one of his techniques. Bloodlust binding. As he started glaring Deku down with the intense killing aura that sent Endeavor and all the others frozen in their place in the anime. As a native who had just now regained consciousness, got knocked back unconscious, as there was somebody watching. However, they were frozen in place too, after watching for a few seconds. As, he continues, is like, "Nay, too frozen in fear to fight me." What? He stood still for a second, however he started chuckling. "Oh, you think that was gonna scare me? Let me tell you, you got a long way to go before that would even send a shiver down my spine." As he unleashed his own version of bloodlust binding, except this time it was way more menacing, as it even put Stain on the back foot, causing sweat to drip down his forehead. "What the hell are you? Are you even human with that kind of killing intent?" Says, "Oh, I'm human, alright. I'm so human that I developed my own way of scaring off the weak. So, you may never seem to send me shaking." As, Saber still flinched a bit as a cup was thrown at him, as he managed to deflect it with his sword again. However, it stuck into the wall. "How long are you gonna keep trying that?" Says, "I don't need to try it at all." As he pulls his hand back, as the cards that got stuck into the wall and the ground after being deflected returned back to him. However, they all started to surround Stain, as he didn't realize, as one of them stuck into the back of his shoulder. As now, it's like, ugh! Oh, God damn it! You're a little crafty bastard, aren't you? Well, our magician never reveals his hand. Well, all of his cards, I should say. After all, it ruins the magic of it. As the rest of the cards that return to his hand now puff away in a little sparkly smoke cloud. "So, what kind of angle do you have, kid? Why aren't you taking this seriously?" "Oh, I am. As seriously as I want. However, you're not quite as strong as I thought. Those heroes must have been weak. Shouldn't have been cut out for the job if they died to you." As said, "You know what? I'm done." As he says, "What?" "I'm done. I'm done fighting. You're boring. You're boring me." As Stain seemed to go ballistic at that. As now, he manages to dislocate his shoulder to get to where the card was stuck in his back. Where his shoulders would be. As he readjusted it and popped the card out as well while he was at it. And says, "You cheeky little shit! Well, I'm gonna kill you now." As his speed starts increasing. Slightly, but still quite enough. As he seemed to be on par with a less serious Mirko. So that's more like it. As he sends a few knives flying his way. However, Deku seemed to easily counter this by sending a few playing cards that deflect the knives as he pulls them the cards back into his hand. As he repeats the same thing. That Stain had said to him, "What's the point if I'm just gonna keep deflecting them?" As it seems that Stain got even faster. This time bouncing a lot quicker, as it seemed to be almost on par with Mirko. As he flashed behind him and tried to strike him down with his long serrated katana. As he blocked it with one single card, as he came face to face with Stain. "Now that is what I'm looking for. It seems that you are finally worth the challenge of fighting seriously." as he grabs the katana with it in his hand. As his hand starts bleeding as he snaps the blade and slashes at Stain's face, cutting across his cheek. It's like, ah! What the? Are you insane? Oh, I'm more than insane. I'm getting turned on. Now keep fighting and keep bringing me pleasure. As it seems that, well, Izuku is getting lost in a trance. He's going to a state where it seems that he can predict anything as he's dodging around, weaving, becoming almost inhuman with his reflexes. His body dislocating and distorting from just to dodge out the way of some of these attacks. He would have to try as he says, alright, time for one final little game. As he throws all the cards he has in his hands up into the skies. Stain was, well, trying to keep an eye on Deku, but he had to be careful of the cards, as if they come back down, they'll certainly cut him. So he had to keep his eyes on both of them. That was impossible. As Deku just says, let's try this. Ultimate move. Whole of 100 kings. As the cards in the air started circling around, well, both of them. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry about that. Thought I paused. Turns I didn't. Anyway. They just keep saying the same phrase over and over. As like, stop it! And says, now they shall pass punishment upon you. As cards start flying around, cutting and slicing across Stain's skin, not deep enough to badly wound him, or cause him to bleed quite a substantial amount. But they keep cutting and cutting. As eventually, well, after 100 cards slices down, one for each the king, he falls to the ground, passed out from pain. As, well, the illusion disappears, as the cards all return back to Deku, as a person who was watching from the side spoke up. Izuku, what are you doing here? As it wasn't Ada. No, it was actually Mirako. And says, I could ask the same, Mirako. Says, why are you here in Hosu? Like I said, why are you here in Hosu? I'm here looking for him. I thought you said you weren't going to do anything. Or you couldn't do anything. You're too tired. You think that would have stopped me? No, but why now of all times? Because I thought I'd strike while the iron's hot. Catch him before he does any more harm. And beat him to the ground while doing it. I see. Fine, then I'll answer your question. I was doing the exact same. I guess great minds think alike. Yes, but why were you specifically without my help? What happens if he had harmed you or even caused, well, or even killed you? Then I wasn't worthy enough to take on an amazing opponent. If I face against an opponent and I die knowing that I fought against somebody stronger than I. You are a dumbass, you know that? Well, others might see it that way, but I see it as someone who seeks out thrill. I'm not throwing my life away, if that's what you think. I merely accept death when it comes. I see. But why did you go after him without a hero license? You know it's illegal to use your quirk without one of those. The only reason you're able to use it with me is because I'm a licensed hero. I can allow you to. Well, you think he needs a license to go around murdering people? But my plan was just to leave him against a street pole. Or just turn him in anonymously. But it seems that I already have somebody to do it. What do you mean? Yeah, why don't you take him in? You wanted to stop him, didn't you? No, why'd I turn him in? I didn't even get to fight him. Look at him, he's all covered in cuts. It says, yeah, sorry about that. And what was that? Oh, you mean that technique? There's a little, well, being an illusionist, I can do a few things that trick a person's mind. As he pulls out a row of cards, as he sticks them together using bungee gum and flattens them out into about the size of a piece of paper. As he uses texture surprise to, well, put an exact image of Minako on there. It says, well, one of my other abilities of my bungee gum. Not only does it have the properties of both rubber and gum, but I can also change its shape and form however I see fit, making it either more elastic, more sticky, or give it a new texture a new texture entirely. Give it color, depth, hardness, feel, heat. Anything I so desire, I can change it into. However, it doesn't last long. As what you saw there was me using my cards and the, reflection of both the light and the texture surprise to look like a theater. I spun the cards so fast it looked like a still image. And those illusions were just me using clones of bungee gum. There's nothing special, I've done it before. That was my first time using that technique against an opponent. As he picks up Stain and grabs Native, and holds them both over his shoulder. Says, well, I guess we should get these two to a hospital. Well, yes, this one needs to go to a police station. It says, I would hate to take responsibility for this. I guess I have to. Well, thank you. As they haul off Stain to a police station and have him arrested. As this was, they take him to the police station, as they do. Well, the incident starts to occur, as a big explosion happens outside. And, he leaves both Native and Stain there. Stain was in handcuffs and chained up as well, so he couldn't move at all. And Native was given first aid. As, Nomu started swarming the area. It says, oh, this thing. It says, what the hell is that? That's what we call a Nomu. Nomu? Yes. I fought against one of these things in, the USJ. Is that the thing that attacked us? That came up in that news report? Yes. However, I'm surprised. Why? Because I thought I killed the last one. This one's different though. It's blue, the other one was purple. And had a beak. So, I want to see more of these guys. Let's go. Wait, what? Where? To kill them, of course. We can't just kill them, we have to turn them in. They're mindless. They're basically a corpse that walks. They don't listen to reason and they only have one purpose. Follow orders. And somebody's told them to go on a rampage. As he says, look out the window. Well, I'd say they're already outside, so look across, look around you. As he sees buildings in flames and multiple places being attacked. Says, alright, I gotta take care of these things. Well, the one that I fought had intense regeneration, so we'll have to kill them. Attack their brain. Or hit them so hard that they won't regenerate. Says, right. As, well, Mirako, dashed towards this one and kicked it in the side of the head so hard it took its head clean off. As she used, well, a full, well, lunar impact against it. As you did say that you had to kick this thing quite hard, as last one had shock absorption. This one didn't, however, the skin was hard like steel. As Mirako was able to thankfully get through it, but not without some difficulties. She says, you're right, these things are tough. Exactly, and there's more of them, so keep an eye out. So the two of them start running alongside as they encounter Endeavor's group. And it says, Mirako, what are you doing here? I thought you were over in Kyoto. I'll say that's where a branch was, Kyoto. As it says, I decided to take a little field trip, and it led me over to Hosu. On hand, she was in full hero costume. When she was roaming around, she had, well, clothes over top. So like a hoodie and, I don't know, pants. But now she took them off and shit. Anyway, sis, there's so many of these things. I don't know where they came from. As he was wrestling one down, as like, no matter how many times I burn him, he only keeps regenerating. As he says, well, Deku just says to him, scorch it so hard that it can't regenerate. Cauterize its wounds. And aim for its head. As, well, Endeavor, after it escapes his grasp and jumps up, he runs up the wall using, well, his Hell Flame, I'll just say walking ability. So he basically just melted into the wall and ran up it. As he tackles it out the sky and grabs it by the face, as, well, he pushes his flames so concentratedly, puts the heat in such a high concentration that it turns blue. As it stops moving and it's dead. It says, you're right. Don't worry about these things, they're lifeless. They don't take orders. So feel free to take them down however you see fit. As, well, with her ears, she was able to hear some civilians. And says, Hisoka, we've got civilians at 8 o'clock. Says, I see them. As he throws his playing cards out as he, well, hits their shirts as they get stuck to a wall. Harry pulls them forward and catches them in his arms as the building collapses. As he's like, alright, let's see. You two, head over southwest for about 2 minutes and you'll reach an evacuation point. Keep straight. As it's like, but is it, as they start running off, as somebody said, well, somebody with Endeavor was saying, it's not wise to leave them by themselves. And it's like, don't worry, I got a tether to them. If anything happens, I'll know. I'll pull them back to me straight away. But you can't pull them back that quickly if somebody gets hurt. As Mirako just says, trust him, he knows what he's doing. But he's just a novice. Oh, trust me, he's had more arrests than you ever had in your entire career. As they tried to counter back, however, there was a there was a ferocity in Miriko's eyes that told him just to keep his lips shut. As there was another Nomu there was a few Nomus that were flying around. As well, he grabs out a few more cards. As he says, "All right, time to play around." As he grabs a few cards, well, Endeavor says, "What's that gonna do against that thing?" As Miriko just says, "Just watch." As he throws his cards around, as they seem to completely miss the name. It says, "You can't hit it from that high up, no matter how good your card throwing is." As she just says, "Keep watching and be quiet." As the cards seem to swerve around and form a ring around the Nomu. It says, "Wait, what?" As he gestures his hands and then goes into a bow. As the ring seems to go up and surrounds Nomu's neck, completely beheading it. As it falls out the sky, as he redirects the cards to grab another one and drags it and smashes it to the ground, as Miriko goes for a full balloon impact onto the ground, smashing it to pieces. That's two more out the way. Okay, let's go. As they both run off and save as many civilians as they possibly can, as they manage to round up about 24 or so. As Endeavor was actually quite shocked, as he was fighting a few Nomus from distance using his, fire javelins. As well, he was doing and using his hell spider techniques. As he was very impressed not only at Miriko's efficiency and raw talent, as she is she's been on the hero scene for quite a while, but he's never seen her up close and fighting it in person. Seeing the raw ferocity in her style and the sheer strength that only comes from years of hard work and training. But who was even more surprised was, Hisoka. He saw how powerful he was in the sports festival as he managed to take down his own son. But he just couldn't believe that in such a short time he seems to be so much stronger. Was he holding back, he thought? Seeing as he decided to make a few tricks out of it. He says to Endeavor, "No, I had just gotten stronger." It's like, "What? How'd you know what I was thinking?" "I can read your mind." "Don't lie to me." "Really? Then why did you think that how'd I get so strong after beating your son? The sports festival, am I right?" "What the?" As it's like, how did he? As Deku managed to just find another Nomu that was running around. As he throws more playing cards as he brings the Nomu right towards him, pulling him forward as he used he's changed the properties of the garment to will have so much elastic potential that it starts rocketing the Nomu towards him. As he pulls up a fist and punches it straight in the face, completely decimating it. As he surrounded his hand with bungee gum, except he made it so elastically dense and had such high potential energy as instead of just bouncing away like you think it would, it seemed to actually put the force directly into the Nomu's brain, causing it to hemorrhage and bleed internally, causing it to die. It says, "That should be the last one. I don't hear any more destructions, and it looks like, the hero's more prioritized than saving and getting people evacuated. So, I reckon we're good." As Well, it seems that Mirako and Hisoka bump fists and says, "Good work." As Endeavor just came up and just asked, "How?" And says, "Well, Endeavor, I don't. Well, I don't strive to. I don't strive for power. Exactly. I work for it. I train. I go against people stronger than I. I don't just. Well, I'm not just satisfied with where I am. Like you with All Might. You strive to become number one. You put hard work towards it. Yet you seem to not understand the one thing that makes a hero a hero. Bringing confidence to people wherever they may be. If I'm confident in my own abilities, and not hung up on the fact that I'm in somebody's shadow, I become I'm able to access my true potential. Both you and Shoto have to learn this. As he walks away, as he tries to call out, as he throws a card directly at his feet, as he steps back a bit and says, "If you ever want to talk, my number's on the card." As he starts walking away with Mirako, as, well, he said that was a bit draining. He says, "Yeah." He says, "Good work, kid. Wanna go get something to eat on the way?" "Sure, I'm starving." As two go out for a bit of, I would say, victory ramen, and still quite hungry after doing such physical exercises, and she just needed something that would fill her up. A don't make it that's what she said joke, as much as I'd like to say that right now. So they go out for dinner, and I would say this is where I'm going to end it off. I'm sorry for the terrible mic quality, me sniffling a bit, and me having very just bad sinuses at the moment. Again, I'm very sick at the moment, so it doesn't exactly help. And I hope the music's not too loud, I hope you like it. But anyway, without just going, sorry this, sorry that, problems, I'll just say I hope you guys enjoy this part. Let me know what you think of it all. Sorry if I stutter a bit. Again, just tired because this just bloody cold won't go away. But anyway, I hope I'm gonna get a mic real soon. Once I get paid, I'm gonna just order one from Amazon. I just want to get this thing done out of the way. Yeah, I'm so sorry, but look, I've been the King of Underworld. I hope you all had a good day, and I'll see you later.